Welcome once again back to Doc's Projects. Somebody says you need a cabin air filter. 75, 80 bucks, give or take, maybe a little bit more. You can do this yourself for just the cost of the part. It takes you about 15 minutes to do it. So let me show you, you can save some money. And please subscribe to my channel and hit the little bell. I'll let you know every time I put together another money-saving tip for your car. And hopefully we can save some money together. Here we go. Okay, well, for Doc's Projects for today, it's replacing the cabin filter in this 2016 Lincoln. Now, most vehicles are going to be pretty close to the same method that I'm going to do. Usually it's back behind the glove box, and the only thing I'm going to need really here is just Phillips head screwdriver. And I don't really need it, but I like to keep a telescoping little magnet on hand, because when I'm undoing the screws, if they happen to drop, sometimes they drop someplace where they're hard to retrieve. So as they're coming loose, I like to do this little trick and hang on to them. So let's watch and see how we go about changing the cabin air filter. First thing I'm going to do, open up the glove box. Usually you're going to find a lot of stuff inside that glove box. Let's get it all out of there because it's ultimately going to fall out. Now once I've got this open this far, there's a little clip on the side here I'm going to remove, but before that, if you reach up in here, you're going to feel that there's a couple of clips. Push them up. Notice how it dropped down. And then also there's a little connection right here that keeps this from falling out any further. Okay, you can see where this wire is come down here, and there's a clip. I'm having a hard time making sure that you can see it. Hopefully it lights up enough. Notice it's got the oblong hole right there. So I'm just going to go to the outside a little bit. I'm going to push that down and pop it out. I'm going to have to pull that tab up a little bit so that it can release, and then I'll push it across where that oblong is, which is that direction, and it should be able to pull that out of the hole. Okay, so you can kind of see how that goes in there. There's a hole, and it's got a little bit of an oblong to it. So there's the clip, and it's hooked onto a line. Hopefully you can see the line. Anyway, that's on a spring load. But now, as you can see, this drops down quite a ways. There's the filter cover. The screws I'm going to be pulling out are right there, but there's the other screw. So I'm going to pull those two out. Give me just a minute to resituate the camera. Okay, well I think you can see what I'm doing in there now. Comes out pretty easy. Come over here to the other side, do the same thing. On both sides, there's a little ear right here. Hopefully you can see it. You need to pull that away a little bit because it's got a little hook. So as I pull that away, I can pull this down. Same thing on the other side. I just push that tab aside, drops on down, and look, there's the filter. Let's see how bad this is. Okay, so you can see it's dirty. Well, during the editing of my film, I realized that the cameraman should be fired. He didn't get a good view of what the old dirty filter looked like coming out. This is the old filter. If I open up some of these pleats, hopefully you can kind of see some of that dust that comes out. Even if it doesn't look that dirty from a distance, it's got so many little microbial particles in there that it'll plug it up and it'll start to smell. So it's a good idea to replace it. So back to your show. It used to be that stuff would go down into the evaporator core and would stick on it and would plug it up. And I'll show you some pictures of what a plugged up evaporator core looks like. That was before the days of having these kind of filters put in. I'm not sure what year. I'll try to look it up and see what year they started putting in cabin filters. But this helps to give you healthier air to breathe, and it takes all this stuff and it catches it so you can get rid of it, and it helps from having to have an expensive evaporator core cleaning done. I will go ahead and put this back in. Goes in like that. Snap that back into place. You heard them snap. Now at the dealership, they would charge you somewhere around $50 to $100 labor to do what I just did. Okay, so both sides are snapped in now. Those are back in place. All I got to do now is put the glove box back up. Hopefully you're able to see that where I snap that in place. Push it up. It's out of the way. And then you just simply close it. It goes past those two, and that's the normal spot. And now I simply just fill it up with the customer's stuff. Just to it. We're done. Okay, so that wasn't too bad. Like I say, about 15 minutes of my time and about $12 with tax to get the filter in. Now, there's some filters a little bit more expensive. It's up to you to decide what quality of filter you want, but if you're going to be changing it about every 5,000 to 10,000 miles, you don't need to go for the high quality stuff. Again, thanks for watching Doc's Projects. Hopefully you've subscribed and hit the little like button and the bell. Along with that, every time I put together one of these short little videos to save you some money on your own car, it'll notify you to take a look. Please leave me some comments what you think, and see you next time.